Today, we are diving deep into one of the biggest stories in healthcare right now, the new generation of weight loss drugs. If you're here in the UK, you've definitely heard the two big names, Wegovy and Mounjaro. So we're going to break down everything you need to know.
For years, the advice has always been the same, right? Eat less, move more. But for so many people, it's just not that simple. You know, when you're looking at a BMI of something like 37.6, the path to a healthier weight can feel like you're in this constant uphill battle against your own biology.
But what if there was a new tool, something that could work with your body to fundamentally change how you think and feel about food? Well, that is the incredible promise of a new class of medications that are totally rewriting the rulebook on weight management.
We are absolutely entering a new era for weight loss, and it's all built on understanding our own body's hormones. This isn't just another diet pill, folks. This is a genuine medical breakthrough.
The science behind this is actually pretty cool. These drugs are called GLP-1 agonists. Now, in simple terms, they basically copy a hormone your gut naturally releases when you eat. This sends a signal to your brain that says, hey, we're full, we're satisfied. It slashes your appetite and, crucially, it quiets all that food noise. You know, those constant, intrusive thoughts about what you're going to eat next.
And in this new era, two names are making all the headlines. They work in a similar way, but there's a key difference in how they're designed. And that difference leads to some pretty different results. So let's meet them. Okay, so on one side you've got Wegovy. It mimics that one hormone we talked about, GLP-1. But on the other side you have Mounjaro. It's a dual-action drug. It mimics two hormones, not just GLP-1, but another one called GIP. So the big question is, does hitting two targets instead of one actually make a difference?
All right, let's put them head-to-head. The great thing is clinical trials have directly compared these two. So we don't have to guess. We have the data.
So they're both weekly injections, simple enough, but look at this. That one hormone versus two hormone approach makes a huge difference. With Wegovy, people lose on average about 15% of their body weight. But with Mounjaro, that number jumps to around 21%.
Yeah, this chart really says it all, doesn't it? That dual hormone approach gives Mounjaro a clear, significant edge. I mean, an average weight loss of 21%? Until very recently, those were numbers you'd only see with bariatric surgery. This is a massive leap forward.
So what does that 21% actually look like? Well, for someone weighing around 115 kilos, it could mean losing 25 kilograms. That's nearly 4 stone. Think about that. It's a genuinely life-changing amount of weight.
Okay, the results are incredible, no doubt. But the million-dollar question for anyone here in the UK is, how on earth do you get your hands on them? And this is where the path splits, big time.
You've basically got two options. You can go through the NHS or you can go private. And as you're about to see, these two routes are worlds apart in terms of speed, cost, and even who qualifies.
Let's talk about the NHS route first. It starts with a GP referral to a specialist service. But, and this is a huge but, the demand is through the roof. The waiting lists are, well, they're insane. You're often looking at 18 to 36 months, maybe even longer. And that's just to be seen. To even get on the list, you need a BMI of 35 or more, plus another serious health condition. The hurdles are high.
Now flip the coin and look at the private path. It's a completely different universe. You'll probably start with a quick online consultation. The criteria are usually broader. A BMI of 30 is often the threshold. And if you're approved, the medication can be delivered to your door in a matter of days. Days, not years.
So, here it is, the big dilemma, all laid out. With the NHS, you're looking at a very, very long wait, but you'll only pay the standard prescription fee. If you go private, access is almost immediate, but it's going to cost you somewhere between about 130 and 300 pounds every single month. It really boils down to this. What do you have more of? Time or money?
Okay, so let's say you've made your choice, you've got the prescription in hand. Job done, right? Well, not so fast. This is where the real work and the real-life commitment actually begins.
This is so important to understand. Neither Wegovy nor Mounjaro is a magic wand. They are incredibly powerful tools, yes,
but they come with their own set of challenges and, frankly, responsibilities that you have to be ready for. First up, let's talk side effects, because, yeah, they happen. Since these drugs work on your gut, digestive issues are pretty common, especially when you're just starting. Nausea is the big one, affecting up to 44% of people in trials. But the good news is, for most people, these side effects are manageable and tend to fade as your body gets used to the medication.
Okay, this next part is non-negotiable. Seriously, the medication is a game changer for reducing hunger, but it doesn't build healthy habits for you. You absolutely have to prioritize protein to make sure you're losing fat, not muscle. You need fiber, and you must incorporate resistance training, lifting weights, at least twice a week. The drug makes all of this easier to stick to, but it does not do the work for you. It's a tool, not a cure-all.
And this might be the most crucial thing to wrap your head around. What happens if you stop taking it? Well, the clinical trials are crystal clear. In one study, people who stopped taking the drug regained 2/3 of the weight they'd lost within a single year. This proves what doctors have been saying for a while now. Obesity isn't a temporary issue. It's a chronic condition, and it often needs chronic management. And this is where a really interesting difference in NHS policy comes into play. For Wegovy, NHS treatment is currently capped at a maximum of 2 years. But for Mounjaro, NICE, the UK's health regulator, hasn't set a stopping rule. And that's a huge deal, because it shows an understanding that for many people, this might need to be a much longer term, maybe even lifelong treatment.
So we end up with this big, powerful question. Are these medications life-changing? Without a doubt, they're offering people results they never thought possible. But are they a short-term fix? All the evidence says no. They represent a lifelong commitment to managing a chronic disease. So, the real question you have to ask yourself isn't just about losing the weight. It's about what you're prepared to do for the rest of your life to keep it off.